Past farms to getting back here. How about you?
So,
That's
yo,
what's
Vase,
up.
what's good, yo? Is he here? His mic is muted.
I just texted him saying he's I'm here, so he's probably just doing some shit.
It's all good.
My apologies, everybody.
And
Niggas can't
today's exhibit.
drive.
You
You
can.
said
That's
what?
right. Today's exhibit's birthday too.
And I just saw that comment he made about hip hop too.
Yeah.
Yep, the stars are aligning today. Yo, that Heavy D review we did last night was so fucking dope.
It's your
You said what?
Yep. It was
You said
great.
what?
Now we doing.
Exactly.
It's no
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
What's good?
Yo, it's goody.
Why are you surprised after like 10 years? This is what we do. Yo, what's good, bro? He's
What's
got
goody,
my
homie?
Giants. He got the Giants.
Oh yeah, for
Giants
sure.
jersey.
Never Daniel
Yo.
Jones though. Always Eli Manning.
Yes, the GOAT. The GOAT. Definitely.
Word, bro. But yeah, he did play good for the 2 quarters yesterday, man.
Yeah.
I,
But
I
my
hope
whole
I
thing
hope he can
is
continue.
this team we should never be down that much to a team like the Cardinals who's not going nowhere.
Right.
They don't have they star quarterback is on injured reserve. A lot of their plays they lost in like free agency or whatever. It's like, how are we losing to the Cardinals? You know what I'm saying? And then we got the Niners on Thursday.
Yeah, the defense is beyond disappointing. Like I'm like, this is embarrassing. Like I actually feel bad. I never felt that way before for like a team. Like I'm like, yo, this is like
Right.
legit embarrassing. And then Daniel
We
Jones
gotta
was
play.
horrible
We
the
gotta
first
play
half.
with no mistakes. We gotta play with no mistakes on Thursday because Niners are for real.
Right.
They will blow us out the water if they come in there thinking we could do that same shit like we did with Cardinals. Like, nah, we gotta be on point.
I predicted that it was going to be a super close game, and I also predicted that we will win, but it was just going to be super close. I didn't
Right.
think it was. I didn't think it was going to be that embarrassing in the first half. I thought we were going to look better than that, but that second half was pretty impressive. We'll see.
Yeah.
I feel like you said, San Francisco is a different animal. So I do think that game is going to look ugly on our part.
Hopefully we can stay in that game, man. I want to because they
Yeah.
got a tough schedule. They got Seattle, Miami, Buffalo coming up. The Redskins are 2-0. Nobody picked them to have a good record so far, and we got a tough schedule next coming week. So it all starts on Thursday. They gotta find some way to beat the Niners and stop Purdy. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully Saquon is okay. I didn't hear the injury report on his ankle or whatever, but they got it. Yo, you got Darren Waller. He's one of the best tight ends in the league. You use your tight end.
Right. Yeah, hopefully, you never know with the Giants. Like either way, you never know. You never know if they're gonna like over exceed what you expected or just under.
Right.
Like it's just the Giants. Like so, who knows? They could go out there and blow out San Francisco. On some weird shit. Like that's just the Giants.
It could happen. It could happen.
What's up, Rich?
Mike was good.
Man, just living life, man. How about yourself?
Feel you, man. Up in the new spot, man. I'm up in this. I'm changing rooms, but I'm up in the new spot, man. New studio. You'll get full pictures and stuff by Friday, man. I'm about to start setting things up out here, but yeah.
Oh,
I can't wait to see. It looks good so far.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
You know.
So since we're all here, what did you think of the new Nas album?
Shit, man. What do I think about it? I said I need to ride with it a few more times, but I mean it's nice. He delivered again.
Right.
He did his thing. But I do need to listen to it more. I do like it more than I think I like it more than two. I think I definitely like it more than Magic 2.
Same.
But yeah, I gotta listen to it a few more times. I did love the Lil Wayne track, Never Die.
Yeah.
I think Lil Wayne body him, low key body
Mm-hmm.
him, or high key body him on that
Yeah.
track. And that's crazy because I would never think that Lil Wayne would like outdo Nas, especially on his own song. But yeah, he did. He went crazy on that shit. And I think I hear a lot of people like Nas people are people just that are stuck in the 90s or whatever. And it's crazy because some people may think I'm stuck in the 90s, but
right.
You know, those people that just never give people their props, and they be like, "Oh, I hate Lil Wayne. He's so corny." I'm like, bro, he went crazy on that song.
Yep.
Like, if his name wasn't Lil Wayne and it was somebody else from the 90s, but still spit the same verse, you guys went crazy.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Weezy, I definitely was playing a lot of Weezy in the 2000s, man. Like he was huge over here. You know, like the mixtapes, the dedication mixtapes he was doing, all the Carter 3 leaks and everything. We had nothing but love for Weezy over here.
Right, man. So yeah, also I did like it's a Young Girl song. It's a little awkward at the same time, a little weird, but like I was like, but I fuck with it, but it's dope, it's kind of weird, but I fuck with it.
Yeah, cause when I heard it, it was like Nas was like bagging up a young chick,
right? Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I heard rumors like he was messing with Nicki when she first came out. That was like it wasn't really serious, and you know he was doing his thing, his little dirt on the side that we didn't really hear about. But I'm like, hey, I mean, shit, this is what it is,
right?
You know.
But yeah, when he was talking about, he had said like, yeah, I want to fuck with you, and I bet your father used to like. I'm like, it's a little.
Yeah,
it's
different. It's different. Like if R. Kelly do it, we hear about it.
Right,
when Nas do it, it's like, I don't think you should have even said that, Nas. You know what I'm saying? You might get some group of people, you know, coming after you, a group of parents or some shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I just, I mean, shit. Hugh Hefner did it, son, and he's gone. So why can't Nas date a younger chick?
Right.
You know,
it's just the fact that he's like kind of glorifying about it, and like, it's just that line in general. I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of crazy. Like, you want to date somebody that they father like grew up listening to you, like that's kind of weird.
I mean, I've heard worse.
But it is. I did enjoy the song. Like oddly, it wasn't like I was like, all right, this kind of fire.
How would Khalees feel about that?
Right. Like you want to date somebody that's pretty much your daughter's age. Like, all right.
Right.
I guess.
I don't know. How would Khalees feel about that? You know.
I don't know. Khalees, she a whole.
And she did it too. Like she was dating old ass Bill Murray. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bill Murray's like old enough to be her great grandfather.
Right.
So,
nigga, I forgot that even happened until they broke up.
Yeah,
that was on TMZ. If Khalees could do it, why not Nas? Like, why you can't date somebody younger?
Right. And I've been saying, like when I saw it, I'm like, all right, this is what it is. Like, Bill Murray probably has a fetish for just like for a young black woman and shit like that, and that's all that was. And he's funny, so Khalees is looking at it like, oh, this funny rich old white guy, and he's looking at it like, oh, this sexy black queen, like, you know what I'm saying? That's all that was. So.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, y'all. We're 10 minutes in. I'm ready to start whenever you guys are.
Let's go.
I'm ready, man.
All right. What's up with you two? How's everybody doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homie Try with me.
Yo, what up?
Got my homeboy Kavase in the building with me as well. How you doing, Kavase?
Yo. Pretty good, man. I came back from New York, well, New Jersey and New York. I visited both. Pretty much the same shit, but yeah, I was down there last weekend to celebrate my mother's life. If you don't know, my mother passed away last month. And
condolences, man.
Thank you.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
I didn't even know he was in the city, bro. I would have definitely met up with you.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was out there for the weekend last week, and we celebrated. We had a service last week, and I just kicked it with some of my day one homies from back in the day, and it was a good turnout. I enjoyed my time. Flew right back here to Charlotte, where I'm at now, Charlotte, North Carolina. And I'm actually in my new podcast studio right now. It's not set up. I just got the keys on Friday.
Nice.
So we're in the podcast studio right now. We're going to be seeing some podcasts from here. Hopefully, I can get Try and Reg out here at the same time.
Definitely.
So we can do it. So we can do an in studio podcast with doing the same shit. I think that.
I know people would love to see that. So
definitely,
we get Ashley in there too. All three of us.
Word.
Yeah, because Ashley's in Charlotte too. You know that shit too.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I'm like 2 hours and 30 minutes away from Charlotte, so it's not even a problem and shit. Because I'm actually gonna be in Charlotte a lot this upcoming month as well too. So just hit me up.
Okay. Cool.
Let's make some shit work.
Yes, sir.
All right. So it just dawned on my attention that we're gonna be talking about 2 West Coast albums today. The other one's gonna be at 10 o'clock with my homeboy John Dixon. But tonight, this afternoon, we're gonna be talking about Xzibit's second studio album, 48 Days and 40 Nights. This album came out in 1998, August 25th to be exact. Wow, it was just an anniversary, the 25th anniversary last month. Oh wow, okay. It came out with 4 singles. What You See Is What You Get, Los Angeles Times, Pussy Pop, and 3 Card Molly. Producers include Sir Jinx and Xzibit. Both of them were executive producers. A Kid Called Roots, Buddha, DJ Pen One, E Swift, Jesse West, Mailman, Montez One, Superfly, The Glove, Pockets, and Thayard Asar. He got more bigger budget. He got more bigger names. Guest appearances include Rascass, Saphir, Dafari, Montage One, J.O. Felony, Method Man, Alcoholics, and King T. And that's it, because I don't have the version with the bonus track. All right, so
I think that was on the enhanced CD when they were doing the enhanced CD.
Yep. All right, so me and Troy, we talked about At the Speed of Life, I think like last year or the year before last. So, Kaveh, since this is the first time we're talking about an Xzibit with you, how did you get into Xzibit?
I was thinking about that question earlier today. I'm not really sure how. All I remember is seeing his video where his first joint, where he out on the beach and shit like that.
Paparazzi.
Paparazzi. Yeah. That's all I can remember. And even at that time, like I remember hearing that song and seeing the video, more so seeing the video, because I don't think that song was really played out here in New York.
Right.
It was more so just seeing the music video. And identifying that song by the video. And I remember it being dope, but I really wasn't like too into it. I was like, okay, yeah, this is this video from this unknown artist really at the time. I was like, oh, all right, bet. I thought it was dope. So that's the only really memory I got of Xzibit. My first memory of Xzibit.
Respect. Yeah, man. I know I was taught when we did a At the Speed of Life review. I've always said like his first 2 albums, my favorites bar none. A lot of people say Restless is his best album. I like it and I don't like it. That's all I'm going to say about that right now.
I love it. I think
Try loved it.
I love it. Even Man vs. Machine, I thought that was a dope album too.
That was okay too.
Yeah.
I know somebody was supposed to have requested me to do that review, but he never sent me the bread for it. So my opinions at the moment are still going to be sealed at the moment, unless I actually get a physical copy of the album. But hey, I got the first two. I'm satisfied with that for now.
This the only one I don't got. I got the other ones.
Really?
Yeah, this the only one I don't have.
Wow.
I actually bought this album, so I don't know what made me buy it because, like I said, I wasn't a huge fan of Xzibit.
Right.
I did like him, but I wasn't like a huge fan. But I did buy this album when it came out because I remember playing it a lot.
Yeah.
In high school. So.
Yeah, you talking about Restless or this album for today?
No, this album right here.
Oh yeah, because if I'm not mistaken, I think this is actually has his most successful song.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, what you see is what you get now. That drew me? Did that video come out first before the album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what made me buy the album then. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because I know Restless is his most successful album to date. I know that, but and when we do these Xzibit reviews, I feel like his legacy now is just like Pimp My Ride. Xzibit, everyone knows him from Pimp My Ride, and I was like, okay, it's entertaining, but hell, Flavor Flav did Flavor of Love. He still gets recognized for Public Enemy and shit like that,
Right.
I feel like once Pimp My Ride came out, everyone just knew him for that shit, especially when the controversy of the show was coming out. You know what I'm saying? And we all know how some of them cars were not always pimped up, if you know what I'm saying. So after the release, you said what?
No, I was just saying MTV was king of capping back in the day. It was Pimp My Ride and MTV Cribs.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's why I love Redman's episode, Mariah Carey's episode, Luther's episode, because they were all real and shit. You know what I'm saying? All these other motherfuckers renting out these $4 million mansions, then they end up getting sued, cough, cough, Ja Rule, and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why they should have did music, except these stupid ass reality shows. But anyway, so after the release of 40 Days and At the Speed of Life, he was getting like more recognition based off the Paparazzi song and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And he was touring with like the Liquid crew and everything because the Alcoholics was doing their thing. I think at the time they dropped their second album, I think it was Coast to Coast from '95, which that might be my favorite album. I'm not like the biggest Alcoholics fan like that either, but I mean the production on that album was pretty good. And of course, Xzibit was also on King T's For Life album, if I'm not mistaken. That was a very dope album, my favorite King T album. And so 2 years later, he came out with this album. And it's kind of crazy too because like between '96 and 2006, every album he dropped every 2 years and stuff like that too. So that's something interesting. These days rappers they're dropping an album 3 months later they'll drop another album and stuff like that. But that's another story for a different day. I met some artists actually took time with their work, but unless if it's actually quality, because Nas these days he's an exception. Griselda. If you know it's gonna be quality, it's gonna be quality and shit. But yeah, man. Let me show y'all what the album cover looks like. So this is the album cover right here. You know what I'm saying? Look, it's just Xzibit and leather and stuff like that. With a phone booth. It tripped me. I don't know what the fuck he's doing on this album cover. I'm gonna be real with you. I thought it was like he was just coming like from the ground or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I for years I've been trying to figure out what he's doing in this album cover. I just don't know.
He's bending down. It looks like.
He's doing something. All right, he's doing something. But yeah, man. Oh, hold on. Let me show y'all. Let me see if there's anything inside. Show y'all what the vinyl looks like. I don't think. It's surprising I got this shit on vinyl and shit. But
was it expensive?
Only $13.
Oh, that's good.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Q said, I think Restless is a classic in my opinion. Why don't you donate and tell me why it's a fucking classic and shit? Oh my god. I'm fucking with y'all, like I'm fucking with you, man. But anyway. So this album has about 17 tracks. Let's get this shit started. The first track is called Intro Last Night. Pretty dope intro. It's like them waiting for like a verdict. Waiting for like a verdict and everything. And then you also have like references to his first album, 40 Days and 40 Nights, when this guy who was writing, he's like, hey yo, get the fuck back. Hey yo, this shit's been going on for 40 days and 40 nights. He ain't gonna stop until, you know what I'm saying? Nice little reference to the album and everything like that. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got. They just rioting, waiting for a verdict and everything. So pretty cinematic intro.
Yeah, I thought the intro was pretty much like you said. It's kind of just self-explanatory. It's just kind of cinematic feel to it. Pretty generic to me. I didn't really care too much about it. It was just, it is what it is kind of intro.
Right.
So that's all I kind of got from it.
But I don't feel like the intro goes with the album though. Like
I don't feel like any of the interludes or like it really is just like all right.
Right. Like what verdict are they waiting for? It wasn't OJ, right? Because he was already free at this time. So what verdict was they waiting for? They never said. You hear like, people, helicopters flying by and there's a crowd and you got the news stations there, but we're not knowing exactly what's going on. Like, what are they waiting for?
Yeah.
I kind of call this the typical rap intro of the late 90s. That's what I call it. But one thing I did miss from the first album was like, even if it was an interlude, they still had like a dope instrumental beat on the first album. These ones, they just have some stupid ass interludes and shit I didn't care for, to be weird with you. But
yeah, they were playing Paparazzi in the background actually.
Right. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, track number 2, Chamber Music. Yeah, this one was a dope track. Sorry, it was a dope track. I love the drums that they used for this joint right here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I thought it was Queen's We Will Rock You. I don't know why I thought it was that, but I was completely wrong. It was produced by Sir Jinx and Xzibit, which it don't really sound like something Sir Jinx would have done. Because if you guys know Sir Jinx, he, especially from Ice Cube's first 2 albums, what's his name? Cool G Rap's Live and Let Die album. Yeah. He always had that very funky but not G-funk kind of style and stuff like that too. Dub C, yes. Yeah. Yes. Sir Jinx, off topic, man. He's so fucking underrated. No one gives him his just due and everything like that. If whenever I do bring Battle the Bangers back, I'm definitely gonna do a Sir Jinx episode and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do Battle the Bangers, it might be on Patreon or some shit. Because I don't.
And have Convince be the referee, so it's called right. Because like when Sam was doing the refereeing, it would be like I'm winning all of them. I'm like, how is this happening?
Because he won't like some of the songs I be picking and shit. I'm just like, but yeah, Chamber Music is definitely a very hot track right here.
Okay. Yeah, I felt the song was okay. It kind of grew on me after a while. The beat was definitely hard. It's funny you mentioned the drums because from my opinion, I'm like, yo, this is like the first. It kind of had like the grinding like drums. In my opinion, it was like the boom boom shh, boom 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 shh. Like it kind of had that joint. But yeah, it gradually grew on me because of the bars he was spitting on it. Like I like the one line that stuck out to me where he was like, "Fuck the game, I'll take the test, graduate to an S class, catch a road rash from the hash and chronic mix, pumping that licks, addicted like a heroin fix." I'm like, bro, he was going crazy on that joint, man. So I definitely fucks with this joint.
Yeah, this was dope. It had a dope beat. Xzibit saying, I promote self-defense, not dollars and cents. Kick it with scholars and pimps. You just the last part over the fence. I loved his flow. I've always loved his flow and his wordplay, and the beat wasn't great, but I felt like you said, Gervais, his lyrics were like the main part of this track.
Definitely. All right. Next track we got 3 Card Marley featuring Rascas and Sapphire. Very dope posse cut right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I definitely love this posse cut and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Just them just ripping the mic and everything like that. This song actually also appeared on DJ Vetmatic's Beat Junkies Volume 2 and everything. This was produced by Buddha. If I had to pick a favorite verse, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I have to still Xzibit. I feel like Xzibit stole the show on this one right here. I love the line when he said these rap niggas would need a vest around the vest to keep busting around where they rest and what you know, what you own, what you drive. So the day some niggas come for you, I'm really not surprised. Mr. Black Boots Willis, please don't kill us. I show mercy like like a scorpion. We sting you from behind, put you in you. So meet me at the venue, put you on the spot and put you on the menu. I fuck with that fucking line. Basscast definitely did his thing too. You know what I'm saying? Sapphire, his verse was cool in my opinion and shit too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely a fire ass.
Yeah, man, this beat was fire to me, man. Like as soon as this shit came on, I'm like, ooh, yeah, this joint was crazy, man. And it just brought back memories listening to it again because, like I said, I did buy this album when it came out, and I remember playing this shit in my CD player, walking to school, like walking home or whatever. So yeah, this is definitely a fire song. To me, Razkaz bodied this from the rip. Like the way he came on the track, and just the whole verse was crazy to me. The second guy, he was alright. You know what I'm saying? He was probably my least favorite on the song.
Yeah.
I feel like his style kind of reminded me of somebody that probably would have benefited better, like for this song, which would be, but I don't know the relationship like that. But Rockness Monster, he would have went crazy on this because I feel like they kind of was like in the same lane with their flows. But yeah, Xzibit, his verse was cool too. But like I said, I feel like Razkaz came off on this more than anybody else. So.
Yeah, I remember Funkmaster Flex used to play this record because when they all came together to start the supergroup, the Golden State Warriors, and Flex was playing this a lot on his show. I don't think the album never came out, right? I don't think the album ever came out.
Nah.
But they did like some collaborations like on Xzibit's albums, and I remember when this was dropping, it was fire. Like the bass line for it, the beat. Razkaz to me had the best verse, like you said. I think he's like the best lyricist in the group. When he said, if you're looking for sympathy, you better look for R&T in the fucking dictionary. See, the object of the game is to win, stacking some ends, sipping hand with the bends, then leave it to your next of kin. He's always been a dope. Like him and Xzibit has always been like my favorites on the West Coast. Early Corrupt, like from the Death Row era. Because I don't think Corrupt now is the same like how he used to be, but early Corrupt, when he gave me like Dog Food Corrupt, it was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So this was a great record.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about that, man. Even Razkaz, man, I feel like after like the mid 2000s, I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
just kind of.
But he was on the run from the law. He did a lot of EPs and mixtapes at that time too. I even now, like I don't feel he still got the bars, but his albums are not the same. Like I know he came out with Solar Nights 2 years ago. It was okay. It's not a great album.
Yeah, man. You do got a point there. But I do feel like I do like 3 Card Marley more than Plastic Surgery from At the Speed of Life album.
Really?
Yes. Yeah.
That's hard. Plastic Surgery was one of my favorites on the first album.
True. Yeah, man. It was good too. I ain't gonna hold you, but I feel like everybody was just catching the body on this track. They caught a body on Plastic Surgery. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. This track just does something for me. I don't know.
The beat is better on this one. I think
that part. All right. Who did Plastic Surgery? Oh, E Swift did that. Okay.
E Swift, yeah.
Another underrated West Coast producer. All right, track number 4. What you see is what you get. This is possibly my favorite Xzibit song. He bodied this track. This is one of the songs that actually made me want to check out the album. What I call it my favorite song on this album, though. Surprisingly, this is not my favorite song on this album. Surprisingly, you know what I'm saying. There's another song I feel like kind of rivals this song. That's gonna be a surprising one. But with this track right here,
I wonder if it's the same one I have. But go ahead.
Oh, yo. Because I don't know, we always have like relatively the same ones though. But yeah, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. But what can I say about what you see is what you get? Fucking fire ass track right here. This is another track that he co-produced with Jesse West, which you guys commonly known as Third Eye. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jesse West did this one?
Yeah, him and Xzibit did this one.
That's dope.
You know, all my Bad Boy fans, y'all should know about him. Uptown Records, y'all should know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this joint right here was very, very, very dope. I love the beat to it. I love the way he was rhyming and everything. Like, I love the line when he says, "Never monkey down, walking down a very thin line, holding heat, running crazy in the streets." Yeah. Plus the company I keep putting over town while you oversleep. Don't want to see none of this evil. I speak around the Atlas, Kumlata Magnus to a super actress. Off topic, kind of gave me some influence with that around the Atlas. I don't know. It was a pun-esque line though. But right. Y'all get cold line and pinned to the mattress.
To the mattress.
You know what I'm saying? Speaking of pun, I wish they would have done a remix with Xzibit and Big Pun. I don't know what it is about this beat and pun, but I feel like he would have bodied that track. But
and they were both the videos.
Right, they were both on Loud Records. Yes. Yeah. But I love the video to this track. You know, him just walking down his neighborhood and everything, and just everything going on and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? This is a hip hop classic. Stay tuned on what I feel like is another song. I feel like it's better though, but I'm just gonna leave my mouth shut on that one.
Yeah, this song is a hip hop classic. It's definitely one of Xzibit's best songs ever. But the biggest story to me, and this is just to me because I'm a visual person, is that music video.
Yes.
This music video is probably one of the best rap music videos of all time, in my opinion.
I agree.
I love this music video, and I think that's probably the reason why it made me go. Not only was a song dope, but that music video I think is the real reason why I went and bought that album.
Right.
Because when I saw this shit, and it's just a dude is at home, his wifey tells him to go out and get some milk or some shit like that, and like the camera just stayed on him the whole time, and he's walking, and shit is just happening behind him as he's walking. That shit was just so insane to me and dope and creative and low key to this day. I've been wanting to, like, I used to rap back in the day. I was rapping when that song came out. But I always said if I do a music video, I want to do something. I want to do something like that. To this day, bro. Like to this day, I still low key want to do something like that. That shit was just so fire to me.
It was.
Yeah, that like I said, that's hands down to me is one of the best rap music videos of all time. The song, I was gonna point out that same lyric because that always stands out to me. To this day, I still say that. Like if I'm just chilling, like and I'm just reciting some shit that hits me, like I say, "Oh, get clothesline and pin to the match." Like that shit is just so fire to me, man. So yeah, this is definitely a classic joint. I fucks with this song.
And you know, like watching that video, it was like so chaotic. There's so much things going on just for him going outside his house to get like some milk for his shorty. And it reminded me of the Far Side, the drop video. Even though like it's like in reverse for them. But like when they're outside, all kind of shit is going on behind them, and you got like the wind in the back that's carrying them, and I loved it. I think it's a great video. It went with the song actually. The beat was fire. You know, you had Xzibit saying you got more than you bargained for. Hit the floor, pull a fast one to let you know that today could be your last one. Like, take your breath like an asthma attack. Adjust the slave like a flavor you're blind
to the fact. And then Flavor Flav pops up in the video.
Right, and that reference was from the "You Can't See What I Can See" song, and Flavor Flav was in that video for Heavy D.
Yep.
And we just talked about that one yesterday too.
Last night, yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Fucking fire ass song. This is his signature track to me. This and Paparazzi are his signature song to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Next track we got is Handle Your Business. You know what I'm saying? This one right here was another pretty good track. This was featuring Dafari and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? It's really one of my favorites, to keep it a buck with you and stuff like that too. I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't care too much for Dafari, to be real with you. But I feel like Xzibit still did his thing on this one and everything. So yeah, it's a pretty cool track.
Yeah, I felt this song. Wasn't really too much of a fan of this song. It's a very skippable track to me. But the beat was definitely, it was weird, but it was like kind of weird in a good way.
Right.
It was very different. I felt like this could have been a better song. It could have been like a really good song if they just used it differently. Like instead of just rapping loose raps on it, like if they actually had like a real concept and like maybe did a story, like a full story on this kind of song. Yeah. I think the song would have been better. And the beat, just everything just would have sounded better. But yeah, for right now, I just wasn't really feeling that joint.
I think the beat was dope, and like Xzibit was like, talking about, his son in the first verse. And he say like, see, I was raised to love black, but sometimes black folks want to sweat you harder than the one time. Never participated, dumb, deaf, and blind shit. Plus, I got a little man, so daily I'm reminded. I like the Far Right. I liked his first album, Focus Daily. He was part of the Liquid Crew. He was a dope underground MC from, California, and I have one of his albums. I think it's the third album I got, but he was extremely underground. He never really got to like that, mainstream point like Xzibit did with Restless 2000. But I like the track. I think it was dope.
Yeah, respect. All right. Next track we got is Nobody Sound Like Me, featuring Montage One. Very, very, very dope song. This is another favorite of mine. It's not my second favorite, just letting y'all know, but this is another very dope one. Self-explanatory. He just don't want nobody like having similar sound or similar style. He feel like his style is unique as fuck and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Definitely very dope track. You know what I'm saying? He definitely killed it. Montage One, he did his thing on this track too. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like this was all Xzibit show, so yeah. Oh, and the beat too from A Kid Called Roots was pretty good too. I love it.
Yeah, man. I fucks with this song a lot, man. The bars on it was crazy, and what I do really I like about the song is I like how when the hook comes in, it's like a really short hook, but it kind of slows down. It slows down the tempo of the song, right? And it's like a hook sample, and it slows it down a bit. Then right when it slows down, it goes into the next verse, and that's what really I kind of like that transition that they did. But yeah, one of the bars that really hit me was when you said burning like your lavish real estate on digital tape because everything around about is actually fake. Yes. To make room for the legitimate, nasty, inconsiderate. You think you ranking top dollar, but really you counterfeit. That shit was crazy to me. Bars is crazy. The second verse was dope too. Mm-hmm. I was definitely who was that on the second again? Who's that on the song with him?
Dafar. No. That was Montage One.
Okay, Montage One did his thing on that. Definitely did his thing on that, man. So yeah, overall the song was definitely dope to me. Fucked with it.
Yeah. I love the beat. Definitely a banger. Him and Montage did they thing.
I agree. All right. Next track is Pussy Pop. Another pretty cool song right here. This is like a little club banger that makes sense that features J.O. Felony and Method Man. You know, yeah, I definitely feel like J.O. Felony going to end on this track right here. I feel like he had the best verse to me. You know what I'm saying? I wish Method Man would have dropped a verse on this track. You know what I'm saying? And he was just on the chorus, but I wish he would have dropped a verse in that one. But J.O. did this, and this was the same year he dropped his '98 album. I think What You Gonna Do. You know what I'm saying? Which that was a pretty cool album in my opinion. I know a lot of people say that's his best one. Um, I'm more a fan of his first album, but I need to get my hands on both of them anyway. But yeah, man. I love the line when he says, "You got titties and ass, but I can some cash. If you ain't talking about shit, then I'ma smash, bitch. On three on me, bitch. You my property. Daddy J.O. Felony, ain't nobody stopping me." You know what I'm saying? This was the era of like the bitch please and everything like that. The posse cut. Those kind of tracks right there. This was like that era and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So the big pimpins and shit too. So yeah, I like this one.
Man, I wasn't really feeling this joint, man. I felt like it felt. I don't know. It felt maybe because Method Man didn't actually rap on this something. I don't know, but I felt it was like one of those songs where it just felt cheap. It felt like they were trying to make a song, like a maybe this was going to be the single or something. Right. I don't know, but it just felt kind of cheap to me. The hook was. I know Meth was on the hook, but I just felt like it just sounded kind of corny. It was kind of whack. But J.O. Felony, man, can we talk about J.O. Felony for a second, man? Because that boy can rap, man. And I don't know why a lot of people sleep on him. I know a lot of people don't know about him or talk about him much, but anything I heard J.O. Felony on, he delivered, man. He be going crazy, man. And he went crazy on this song. He saved this song for real. Definitely fucks with his verse. I wish Method Man would have had a verse too. But yeah, really wasn't a fan of it outside of J.O.
I agree. I think when Xzibit do songs like this, like for the club, the strip club, it do come off cheesy. Because he's had songs in the past like that, like the Choke Me, Spank Me, Pull My Hair song.
Oh yeah.
I think I was on Man vs. Machine, and that came off like a strip club joint, but it was kind of cheesy too. But I like the beat. I like Xzibit's verse on here. He said at a nightclub talking about you don't go out and you trying to go to school to make a certain amount. But the last part I just couldn't figure it out. I guess it's real hard to talk with a dick in your mouth. So he's talking about like strippers that they strip for money, to make ends meet and to go to college and stuff like that. And that part of the verse I liked. And J.O. Felony was dope. He's always been underrated. Meth, I agree, should have a verse on here. When you got Method Man on your song, you got to get a verse on Method Man. It's not just enough to just have him on the chorus. But I thought it was cool. I just don't like Xzibit has done these songs before where he's an underground artist, but he has like a joint for the strip clubs, and you go to the strip clubs and they're not playing Xzibit in here. So it's like I don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely don't get it either. I'm gonna tell you what. I gotta go check something downstairs. I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'll catch up with y'all in a minute.
All right, track 8 was Chronic Keeping 101, the interlude, and I don't know what the hell was going on in this interlude, and Xzibit is like talking shit, and I didn't really care for it. What did you think about it?
I ain't fuck with it at all, man. Like, to be honest, I'm skipping all the interludes. Like, all the interludes and the outros and the intros on this was definitely not anything I was interested in. Like, it really didn't, like you said before, it really doesn't take you anywhere that makes sense to the rest of the album or the title of the album or anything. It's just like, all right, we need some interludes and we need some outros. Let's think of something real quick. That's pretty much what they did.
And then it goes into track 9, which was Shrooms, and he's talking about doing shrooms and all kind of crazy shit. And you got like I thought that was real wacky. That was a real wacky track, and you got like some white boys on the track, and it had like the nice beat, like a nice gangster bounce to it. But I didn't care for the song really.
Yo, to be honest, this is one of my favorite songs on the album. If not my favorite. Outside of like, it's kind of hard. It's like 1A and 1B with Shrooms and What You See Is What You Get.
Right.
This song was so dope to me because I think it was like, it's so different and unexpected because when I'm listening to the album, I'm listening to the album for What You See Is What You Get.
Yeah.
And then I keep going down the line, and then this song comes on with this weird ass beat. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? At the time, I don't even think I knew he was talking about shrooms because I was a football player. Yeah. So I really wasn't into like drugs or anything like that. So like I had no idea what the fuck shrooms was probably at the time. Right. But as I grew up, of course. But yeah, this song was definitely dope to sound. I remember playing this a lot. Mm-hmm. Like a lot. When I bought this album, and I would be walking anywhere, I would listen to this song just as much as I would listen to What You See Is What You Get. So this is definitely one of my favorite songs on the album.
Okay. Reg, what did you think about it?
So I didn't care for the Chronic keeping the interlude.
Yeah.
I felt like it was a waste of time. But Shrooms, fire joint, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? This is another song that's like my second favorite track on this album.
Facts.
Like me too. That, so both of y'all love this song.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You know what's crazy? Because there's people that have had, I don't know what sample it is. Does anybody know? I don't know what sample it is or what they use to make the beat, or if it even is a sample. Oh, okay. Gotcha. So I've heard other rappers try to use that, and I've immediately always like, nah, this is Xzibit joint. Because I remember Smith and Wesson, or maybe the Cocoa Brothers, when they switched their name or whatever like that. They try to use the same beat, and I was like, "Nah, that's just serious shit, man. What y'all doing?"
And PMD used this for his first album.
Oh, okay, yeah, I knew it was something else. Like there's a few other people that may have had it either before him or after him, and I was just like, "Nah, man, this is Xzibit joint, man." That's how much I like the joint that Xzibit did.
Yeah, I like the beat. I just felt like, I don't know. I don't do shrooms. Reg, have you ever done shrooms? Maybe it's a shroom. You have to actually do shrooms to like it. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I never did shrooms before, but I do like the creativity and like I said, at the time I didn't know he was talking about like doing drugs and shit like that. But it's definitely like when you think about it, it's like, oh man, he did a song from the perspective, and it makes sense because the beat was so like trippy. Yeah, so it's definitely a dope song, in my opinion.
Yeah, speaking of that Funky Worm sample, I definitely felt like Dre used that the best for Chronic intro. I'm gonna be keeping it above with you. But it's been used by so many fucking people. Crisscross, Too Short, Above the Law.
Yeah.
DJ Def and Fresh Prince to use that for that song Try Hates, Boom Shake the Room.
Oh Lord. They use that? Oh my God. Yeah. I don't even remember what part they used it on though.
That part in the beginning and shit like that.
Did Jazzy just speed up the sample or something?
Yeah,
because it don't sound like it.
Yeah, man, classic song. Don't fucking nobody tell me and shit. Anyway, next song is called Focus. This one was pretty good. I don't dislike it and everything like that. It was just like a song where he was just pretty much a braggadocio track, how he keeps himself level-headed and everything like that too, you know what I'm saying? So it's all right.
Yeah, this one I wasn't feeling. It's kind of like the Pussy Pop song, but just in a different perspective. So like how I feel about the Pussy Pop, where it's like he was trying to make like a I guess a single or something like that. Here I feel like he was trying to make an inspirational track instead of just rapping and just it being inspirational. I felt like he was trying, like he deliberately tried to make an inspirational track. So it came off like real generic and kind of cheesy to me. So I wasn't feeling it.
It was okay. I don't think it was great.
Yeah, definitely. All right, next track is Deeper. Very, very, very dope song right here and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He just went in on the mic. He just went in on the mic and everything like that. You know, he just spat some shit. I love the line where he says, "Suck it easy, moving on up like Jordan Weezy. You can't stop it, love it, or leave it alone. Xzibit writing more pages in the state penitentiary, full of well-known villains that want to come home. Never relax, ain't no telling, laid on wax. Make it bang, let Steve I sell him and dip it in chrome." You know what I'm saying? Just dope wordplay and everything that was going on in this track. Love it.
Yeah, what I noticed with Xzibit is he's always going to do his thing. Like, regardless, like he's always going to deliver lyrics. But I feel for this particular song, the beat was the star of the show. Like there's so much things going on with this beat. Like the way it was arranged and just everything, like just made the beat the star of the show. And he did his thing by like kind of following what the beat was doing. But just like the different pockets and the different arrangements, the speed ups, the transitions, like there's so much going on with this beat. And I was just like, okay, yeah, the beat is what carried this song. Like this shit is fire. If it was any other beat, like it probably just been like a very unforgettable, like skippable track. Right. But yeah, I only like this song because I felt like the beat was pretty interesting. So
same. Yeah, I think the beat was the start of the track. You know?
Yeah, I hear what you guys are saying. Next track we got is Jason 48 Months Interlude. I guess this is just a tribute to his homeboy that's locked up. You know, I didn't really care for it to me. You
know? Yeah, like I said, interludes, like them shit was all kind of ass to me. So
I hope he's out of jail now, you know.
Right. Oh shit. I meant to talk about Deeper. The previous one. I skipped that track for Jason, but oh well. Track number 13, Los Angeles Times. Very, very dope track right here. Another one of my favorites off this album. You know, with this track right here, he's talking about, you know, just the shit he goes up to see. It's like a more darker, what you see is what you get, in my opinion. Mailman produced this joint right here. You know what I'm saying? Another Dr. Dre influence right there too. You know, so yeah, this joint right here was pretty great track.
Yeah, this joint is hard. I thought it was cool, but I do have it's not really anything. I just wanted to talk about like just an opinion that I had. Like, I feel like Xzibit never really, like he does the whole LA shit, but he never really like represents where he's actually really from, which is kind of crazy to me. Like throughout his whole career, it's always been like LA, California, but he's never really like shouted out Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh wow.
So that's always been kind of crazy to me. But the song itself, you know, LA Times, it was pretty cool. It was pretty dope. I thought it was a hard track.
I love it. This is my favorite on the album. And this was also on the Soul in the Hole soundtrack because I had the sampler. What was that, 98 that came out? I had the sampler for that soundtrack. And this was one of the songs on the sampler. I was like, yo, I love the beat. The snares on it, the bass line. I think he killed it. His first opening lines, MCs get fucked up, chop like Braveheart, don't start what you can't finish, serious business. Classic. I don't know. It's a single, right? But I never saw a video for it.
Oh, I didn't even know it was a single.
Yeah, it's a single from the album, but I don't.
Did he have any? He only had one video for this album, did
he? Yeah, that I remember. Yeah, what you see is what you get.
And that's crazy. And it probably makes sense because I'm sure that video was hella expensive. Yeah. Because he had all these car crashes. He had SWAT coming down from the sky.
Right.
So that was probably his whole budget right there. Like,
Yeah.
There's like you better enjoy the commercial success from this single because you ain't gonna see a video for this album again. Like, hmm. All right, track number 14, Inside Job. This is another cool joint right here. It's like a storytelling kind of track right here. You know what I'm saying? About niggas plotting, scheming, and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, this one was pretty good. He just had like one verse and then had a little outro and everything like that. Pretty straight track.
Yeah, it was cool. I don't dislike it. I thought it was a pretty solid track. I don't care too much about it. I mean, I could go without it, but it also wasn't a bad song. I'm not sure if storytelling is something I want to hear too much from Xzibit, even though he can do it, but I don't think it's like his strong suit. But it was a decent song to listen to.
Yeah, it was something different from Xzibit, storytelling track. I like the beat for it. I think maybe it should have been higher up on the track listing too.
Right.
Instead of like track 14, but it's not something that he did often, like tell stories. So
yeah, definitely hear what y'all are saying and shit too. Next track we got is Let It Rain featuring Alcoholics and King T. Pretty dope posse cut. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it all in the family and everything like that. I feel like they all did their thing on this joint. I do like Xzibit, how Xzibit started it off. You know what I'm saying? J-Ro's verse was pretty good too. I mean, King T is always stellar. Like, everyone just did their thing. I can't really pick a favorite on this track right here. So pretty dope.
Yeah, man, bars, man. Bars on this joint, man. Posse cut. It gives you like a throwback. I couldn't think of it at the time, but it's just like a throwback scenario kind of feel.
Yeah.
Very, very reminiscent to early 90s, like posse cuts. I love Xzibit, one bar that stood out to me where he was like, crush rappers, bear witness like Jehovah's, swear we haven't been sober from 21 and over. Dude is in minutes with the bars on this joint. Like you said, from the start of his verse, like he was just going off. Like,
yeah.
And the whole joint was crazy. So yeah, I fucks with this joint.
I love Tash, another underrated MC from the West Coast, from the Alcoholics. Tash is a dope ass lyricist. I loved his verse. He said, "I bomb with the wick, blowing up your clique. Now take your pick. You can kiss my ass and suck my dick, because this is how we coming in 1998. The Alcoholics X and King T, the great." Loved his flow. Everybody killed it. It was a classic posse cut. One of my favorites on the album.
Definitely one of my favorites too. All right, track number 16, Recycled Assassins featuring Montage 1. Not a bad track. You know what I'm saying? Not a bad track, but at the same time, this should have been placed like early on the album, in my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? This is another kind of storytelling track right here. You know what I'm saying? Xzibit just talking about, where he came from, and just talking about his autobiography and everything like that too. Montage 1 also talking about himself and shit. So this one was a pretty straight track. I wish it was like a little early on the album, but I'll take it for this.
Yeah, I didn't care too much about this song, man. It was kind of very unforgettable. Really wasn't just a fan of it. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, it sounded like something that would be like in a low budget movie somewhere, like a low budget hood movie. It sounded like something that would be playing in the background.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm laughing because he actually did like low budget movies with, like, I saw one with him and Busta Rhymes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that joint.
Like, yo, this was bad. Like, it was okay. It's not like one of my favorites on here though.
Yeah, definitely respect. And the last track is the outro. You know what I'm saying? What's going on in this outro? Yeah, man, it's just a little skit. Talking about the Vietnam, the Vietnam and stuff like that, yeah, and how Xzibit was born. Again, why was not this the intro, except for that stupid ass verdict intro and stuff like that too? Because it would make so much sense if this was an intro, and then the assassin cycle assassins. But again, I'll take it for what it is, I guess.
Yeah, nothing made sense. It's like, it's all right. We just being random with these interludes and intros. I guess that's what we're doing.
Right.
So, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't care for it. I felt like the intro to me didn't make no sense for the album, and the outro really didn't fit the album either. So, like, did he really need an intro and an outro on this album though? You know what I'm saying?
Probably didn't.
He could have just went with the first track instead.
Chalk it up, like Red said, chalk it up to the 90s, man.
Right. Yeah.
Overall, sorry about that. Overall, this is a pretty dope album. Sorry about that. I was eating something. This is a pretty dope album. A lot of people say this is his favorite album. Yeah, I mean, I feel like both this and At the Speed of Life for me are very neck to neck. I kind of prefer. I'll probably give it to At the Speed of Life for the better song. I kind of felt like with this album, very great album. Some of the guest appearances I could have been less used and stuff like that. It could have just gotten rid of the skits and the interlude, fixed up the sequencing a bit, but this is still a classic album. His breakthrough album to me, in my opinion. I'm gonna give this album a 4.5 out of 5. I still feel like it's a very dope album.
Because I'm weird about this album because I do fucks with it because I really remember playing this album a lot growing up. But it's mainly because of two songs on it, which would be What You See Is What You Get and Shrooms. Right. I remember playing those songs so many times. The other songs on the album were dope, but they're also kind of like a blur to me at that time. I don't know what to give this album, man, because I don't want to disrespect it because I do like it, but it also is. I don't consider it a classic at all. It is a good album though, but it's definitely not a classic in my opinion. So I guess I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I give it a 3.5. I think it's worth that. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't even think it's his best album. I think his first one was better. I think Restless is better. I think Man vs. Machine is better.
Y'all bugging? What?
I do.
Man vs. the Machine.
I could name 5 dope songs on Man vs. Machine right now to me that were better than this album.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Wow. But I think the main thing for Xzibit was the promotion, and Loud promoted certain artists. They didn't promote everyone. Cellar Dwellers was on Loud, but they didn't really promote their album. You know what I'm saying? I think with Xzibit, it was a dope album. Los Angeles Times was my favorite, and What You See Is What You Get, Handle Your Business, Let It Rain, Nobody Sound Like Me. I think he needed more singles from this album because people just remember the video for What You See, What You Get, but they don't remember anything else. But he needed more singles. The production was banging. I just felt like some of the other songs were just mid. I don't think they were great. You know what I'm saying? Compared to his first album. I'm gonna give it 3.5 also. It's not a whack album. It's dope. I just don't feel like it's his best album.
Wow.
Respect. Shit, I guess I'm the biggest fan of this album today. Shit. Yeah, did I ever hear?
I feel like because I'm looking right now. What other albums have I heard? I'm not sure if I officially ever heard Restless. I may have. I'm not sure.
That's when he hooked up with Dre and Aftermath.
Right, yeah, because that's around. I do like he was pretty much. I mean, you could consider Chronic 2000 Xzibit album too. He was kind of all over that joint.
Yeah.
I may have heard Speed of Life. I'm not sure. And I think I may have bought. For some weird reason, I may have bought one of the Man vs. Machines. I'm not sure.
I enjoyed that one. I think he had some joints like BK to LA with MOP that was fire. He had the Water Mess joint, the Primo joint.
Which one is the one with MOP?
BK to LA. I think that was the MOP joint.
Oh, but no, what Man vs. Machine though?
It's on that one. It's on Man vs. Machine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the. All right, so it was on. Okay, so maybe that's the one. Maybe that's the one I bought.
Yeah. I think Razzcast was on there. Yeah, Primo. That Multiply was on that. I think that was a banging album. Again, it wasn't promoted a lot to me.
Maybe that's the one I got. I think that's the one. I think I got that, and I didn't hear Weapon of Mass Destruction.
Yeah, that one I got to. I haven't played that at all yet. Actually, I had that there for years. I haven't played it. I gotta play that one.
Shit. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. After 2000 for me, I just fell off for Xzibit. I don't know what it was.
Then he had Napalm also. Napalm was another album. I think Timbaland had a joint on that album.
I heard it. I just don't remember that album. I just don't remember it.
I remember when it came out. I never heard it though.
That was Shaved Head Xzibit too.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's when he cut his braids off.
Oh, Napalm. Oh yeah, that must have been one of his last albums.
Yeah. Cause I don't think he dropped anything after that.
Nah, he was too busy acting.
Fighting. He was acting on the Empire show for a minute.
Fighting Pimp My Ride lawsuits and shit.
Yeah. He's been doing films and stuff.
He played Sean on the Empire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Loki, I was thinking to myself, man, I miss Empire Loki when it was good. When it was good.
Right, when it was good, yeah.
I said like I think Wednesday nights, man. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. It got repetitive after like season. Like after Lucius lost his memory, that's when I stopped watching.
I can't remember after they brought that white son Kingsley. I was like, yeah, I'm good.
I was like hating on it at first. Like when I first saw it, I'm like, but I used to work at Fox, and I worked at Fox when that season first premiered. So I was able to watch like every episode,
right?
Because I used to work the night shift at Fox, so I was watching it, and I'm like, this is kind of dope. But by I got to the second season, I think when Chris Rock was playing a gangster or some shit like that, I was like. I'm like, this shit is going downhill fast.
I forgot he was on that, yo. Wow.
That second season just went downhill real fast.
Yeah, I was like, this is going downhill fast, man. So I think like by the time second season or mid second season, I was like, all right, I'm off this. But the first season was cool.
Yeah.
The fourth season was good too, but then it just like,
So I don't even know, like the stuff y'all talking about. I don't even know how many seasons it went into. Right? How many seasons they had?
Yeah, I stopped watching like mid-season when Lucius lost his memory because he got shot and then he lost his memory, or he played like he didn't know who the family was no more.
Oh wow!
I was like, nah, I ain't feeling it. Cause I've seen so many other shows that did that whole like storyline.
Mm-hmm. How many seasons did they have?
6.
Wow.
That might have been like season 4. I think he lost his memory.
Yeah, it was season 4. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I started watching it.
They went 6 seasons. That's crazy.
Yep.
Shout out to them. Huh?
Yeah, Jussie Smollett kind of ruined it after his shenanigans.
Then they had the spinoff. They had Star. That's the spinoff for
Oh yeah, I heard about that. I never got to see it though, but I heard about it.
I saw a couple episodes and then I was like, nah. I don't know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah, I didn't care for it too much either.
I heard the other guy's wilding too. The guy that plays Smollett's brother on the show.
Which one? Yeah.
I heard he out here in real life wilding too.
Oh,
wow. Is that true?
I didn't even know
it. He's just all fucked up off of Power. Off of Empire, I'm sorry. I know 50 Cent is cringing right now that I call his show Empire.
Right. Yeah, I never saw the comparison. He was like, "Oh, they stole his idea." I don't see how Power and Empire was.
It was the graphics. I think the major part was like the graphics. As you look at the Empire logo and stuff like that, it was kind of like had the same kind of like feel.
Same font. To it. Yeah.
I feel like after
the way they were promoting it too, I felt like it was kind of similar.
Yeah.
I feel like after a while it stopped being about the music and more about like just gangsters in the music business.
What, on Empire?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it got away from the music.
Yes, sir. You see the Giants, man. Yes, you know what it is.
Boy's a Giants fan.
New York Giants, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I was proud to see them win yesterday, man. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, that first half, bro, that shit was embarrassing as hell. I'm like, yo, what the?
I saw the score and I didn't tune in to like the third quarter. So I'm like, yo, they'll tell me y'all are not losing to Arizona.
I'm like, how? Like we literally what? We were 60-0. Like people had put up 60 points before we ever scored a point this season. Right. That's insane to me.
Crazy.
But hey, I don't know what Dayz said to Daniel Jones at halftime, but he came.
If we don't play good, you're not getting your check. That's what happened. You got a new contract, and I feel like he don't deserve that contract. You got to play for your money.
Right.
You got to show people like, yo, like I should be top 10 quarterback in the league with Justin Herbert and Josh Allen and everyone else that y'all mentioned, and he's not even a top 10 quarterback.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, what he did yesterday, when if you don't got somebody open, run to get a first down because he can run. Yeah. That's something that Eli could never do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He might have to do that. He should be playing like that every game. Like you can use your feet. As Justin Fields do it. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes do it. You know what I'm saying? He should be playing like them.
Is that, and also he finally took some chances throwing the ball like 30 yards down the field.
Right.
That's something we haven't seen since his rookie year. Yeah. Like he's literally have never done that since his rookie year.
And I still feel like we need a superstar wide receiver, and they should have gotten Hopkins when he was available. For whatever reason, he went to the Titans. I don't know why, but I felt like Hopkins would have been great for this offense. But we still need a superstar receiver. But you have a superstar tight end. Use Darren Waller. You know what I'm saying? You got some decent receivers. Use them.
My problem is now, though, he was able to do the bombs down the field.
Right.
One, because he has two receivers that can pretty much outrun anybody in the NFL, which would be Slayton and Hyatt.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe even Campbell, I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is now, like, that might not happen again if Barkley doesn't come back, because people were respecting Barkley being in the backfield, so that's what kind of opened up like the long passes.
Right.
So now that Barkley's not here, it's like, all right, like all you got is these receivers, so we just.
But you got Matt Breida used to be a good running back when he was with the Niners, ironically.
No, Breida is a good running back, but people are not going to respect him like they respect Barkley.
And he has to show people that he still got it, because I know he had an injury. I think he had tore his Achilles one season.
Mm-hmm.
He has to come back and show people that, yo, I still got it. And Matt Breida follows me on Instagram. I'm like, don't look at my stories. You should be practicing on the field to show people that you back.
Word,
you know what I'm saying? Because if he plays lousy on Thursday, I'm going to give it to him. I'm like, yo, you play like shit. You should be in my stories right now. You know what I'm saying? That's the one person I did not expect to be in my stories looking at shit. I'm like, yo, you should be playing great on the field. Show people that you back. Right. Because we're gonna need you now more than ever if Saquon can't play on Thursday. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he like last season we didn't see that because we didn't have no good receivers, and we have a decent core. And Sterling Sharp is back. He only threw Sterling Shepard like one time yesterday.
Right.
But they have to. I know they bring him back slowly after his injury last season, but they have to get him involved in the offense again.
It's always going to be like that because I said that in the off season. I'm like, yo, I know a lot of people are not big on our wide receivers right now, but we do have a lot of fucking wide receivers. So it's like,
but are any of them superstar Pro Bowl?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like we have so many that we could use. It's going to be impossible unless you're Waller, like it's going to be impossible for anybody to get like consistent catches or reps because the ball is just going to be spread around to everybody.
As far as the receiving core, I would be looking for Slayton because he's been here for a minute. Yeah. I'd be looking for him first. And the rookie Hyatt that they drafted, because he made 2 big catches for like 89 yards. Right. I'd be looking for him, and then everybody else.
But then Waller. But then everybody else is going to get maybe like 1 or 2 look a game.
And yeah, Waller is great, but I felt like in the third quarter that's when they started looking for Waller. I'm like, you got to use your tight end because we haven't had a great tight end here since what? Maybe Jeremy Shockey, I want to say.
I mean, I did like Martavius Bryant. Not Martavius
Bryant. Like one season though.
He was only what is his name? He had a brother, Marshall. What was his fucking name? I forget his name, but yeah, the one you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He was only here for one season. He came from the Browns.
Right.
I thought he was really good. Bennett.
Oh, Bennett, yeah. He was Martellus Bennett.
Martellus Bennett, yeah.
Yeah,
he was really good, but like you said, I don't know why they didn't bring him back because he's really good.
I think he ended up going to the Bears after, but we haven't had a dynamic tight end in years. And I'm like, you finally got a Pro Bowl superstar tight end. He should be a vocal point in the offense now. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When Saquon, when they try to double Saquon, you use your tight end. Right. That's the 2 main options for offense to me that we have, and then you use the rookie receiver. Right. You know what I'm saying? The O-line is a priority as well. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be hard for like people like for Sterling and even Wandell.
Yeah.
And Hodgins. Like you see how many people have to get the ball. Yeah, how many people have to get the ball? Then Paris Campbell. Like there's so many people that could get the ball, but it's just gonna be hard.
But if that's the case, Daniel should have no problems looking for open man. We should be scoring 35 points a game.
I've been saying that, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's my issue with
it. If this is Tom Brady utilized everyone. His fullback, his 2 tight ends, his running backs, everybody on offense.
Yeah, it's Daniel Jones. I know people talk about the O-line, and the O-line, yes, is a concern, but it's like that for literally 50% or maybe even more the rest of the NFL. Like there's only out of 32 teams, there's only maybe 5 teams max that have a really good offensive line where you really don't have to worry about it. Every other team is struggling, like trying to keep their quarterback up because they got offensive line problems. But you don't see like all these other quarterbacks not being able to perform because they don't have an offensive line.
The Bears' offensive line was bad yesterday. I think Justin Fields got sacked like 7 times.
Yeah,
against Tampa, like that should never happen.
Look at the Vikings' offensive line with Kirk Cousins. Like he's out there getting beat up, but he's still able to put up 30. You know what I mean? Look at Lamar Jackson. He's getting beat up with a bad offensive line. Pretty much his whole offensive line didn't play last week. They was all injured. On top of his star running back being injured, he's still winning games and putting up.
He's still winning games.
It's not like this is not a unique situation just for DJ for having offensive line problems, and that's my main thing when I'm trying to break it down to like people that are DJ lovers. I'm like, yo, I understand we have O-line problems, but this is year 5. Like You just got to get it done. At the end of the day, like, yeah, you have an uphill battle and stuff like that, but it's been done before. This is not a unique thing.
Lamar Jackson lost OBJ. He has an injury, an ankle injury, and he lost one of his running backs for the whole season.
Yeah, Dobbins. Yep.
And he's still doing it. They got Gus Edwards, a great running back. He's still putting up numbers, so there should be no excuse.
Right, there's no excuse at all.
You know, Giants on paper have a better receiving core than the Ravens do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah, Cincinnati 0-2. I still got Cincinnati being there when it's said and done. I don't think they're going to stay 0-2. They're definitely going to bounce back from that.
Yeah, I mean, cut DJ slack. That would have been like 2-3 years ago. Maybe you could say that, but like, yo,
right. But it's year 5 for him. It's like we expect more. Okay, it's good. You went to the wild card. We beat the Vikings or whatever. But we got our ass beat by the Eagles last year. Wow. You know what I'm saying? And I for them to go to the Super Bowl, they got to go through Philly and the Cowboys. And we already got our ass kicked by the Cowboys in week 1. We don't play Philly till like I think December.
And I think this is like, I mean, I know this is like yesterday's win is kind of like a I told you so moment for a lot of these DJ lovers. Mm-hmm. But actually, no, it's not really, because it's like, okay, he just showed you like this offensive line is still ass. Like he was missing his offensive line yesterday. Mm-hmm. His best offensive line didn't play, and then Bredesen got hurt yesterday during the game. So this shows you that he can perform well when the offensive line doesn't play. Right. So this should be an example to show you guys like it can be done. But will he continue being, consistently being as good under a bad offensive line?
How much patience do you think the front office is going to have with DJ as quarterback?
I don't know, but that's another thing. It's like, if he was black. And I know people don't want to talk about it, but it's just the truth. Like a black quarterback is not making 5 years under the same production that DJ has been given.
Right.
Like he would have been out of here 3 years ago. After his second season of, his first season, even though he threw 24 touchdowns his rookie year, he also had 18 fumbles and 12 interceptions.
Yep.
And then his second year, he only threw 10 touchdowns. and then the year after that, he only threw 11 touchdowns.
And the Jets kept Zach Wilson, who really needs to go, and he threw 3 interceptions against the Cowboys yesterday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to cut ties with him. I'm like, he's not good. The Jets are not going away with Zach Wilson.
Like you see how fast they shipped out Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Out of here.
He should be playing.
He barely
should be playing right now. He literally gives them an opportunity. Well, I know Dallas. Dallas got him, but if Trey Lance was with the Jets, he would give them a chance to win.
Right.
I believe so.
He barely had a chance to show to mess up and have growing pains.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's the first sign that he's not the person you thought he was. All right, let's put Garoppolo back in. Let's find Purdy and put him there. And, he's no good. Let's ship him off to Dallas.
Right.
It's like that with black quarterbacks in the NFL, man. They don't get a chance to mess up for 4 years straight. You know what I'm saying? And just see, and then finally his 4th year, he ends up being good. So you give him another contract.
And what about Colin Kaepernick? He's still out there. Like, are you not going to call Colin Kaepernick? So they're willing to sacrifice their whole season and not call Kaepernick because he's black, or the NFL don't want him in the league?
I think Cap is just, I mean, he's so removed. I feel like he's so removed from football now. I don't even think it's a good idea for him to come back.
Well, you still got Matt Ryan out there, who I think will be a good addition to the Jets if he can still play. You still got who else is out there? Brady. You make a call to Tom Brady?
Yeah, I don't know. I think another prime example. Oh my God, I'm glad we're talking about this. I know people hate on him, but he's a baller in my eyes. Jameis Winston. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's
still out there. Right.
He's just I mean, he's in the league, but he's just rotting on the bench. Like, he's never given a fair chance to work. Like, he threw he threw almost like 40 touchdowns, and then but he did have 30 interceptions. But I'm like, yo, Eli Manning had a lot of interceptions too. Brett Favre and Eli Manning. I mean, Brett Favre and Peyton Manning own like the interception title.
Phillip Rivers had a lot of interceptions too when he used to play.
Right. So like Jameis Winston can actually really play, but he's just like never really given a chance for some reason. Like he's always fighting for a spot, and yet Daniel Jones can mess up 4 years straight and just like it's an automatic like, oh, you're starting this year, you're starting this year, you're starting this year. And that's just crazy to me.
The Jets need to call either Jameis or Matty Ice or make a call to Brady. Because that those three could save their season right now. I don't think Zach Wilson gonna save them.
Right. They get Jameis Winston, boy, I'm telling you, it's gonna be up because I really believe he could ball, man.
Yeah, I think so.
You really ball. I mean, there's a few backups out there that's out there. I don't know. I think Minshew is pretty good too as a backup.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew.
But I think he's actually being used now. I saw him in the game yesterday.
Because Anthony Richardson had a concussion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they won. The Colts won the game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, who's the other guy? That was what's his name? Jacoby Brissett. He's pretty good too.
Yeah, he can still play. He was with Cleveland last year.
And no bullshit. The homeboy that was playing backup for Cardinals yesterday was looking impressive.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, damn.
Dobbs.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. He was kind of balling.
Boy said, I think we lose to the Niners and bounce back with the Seahawks. Right? We gotta if we lose to the Niners on Thursday, we gotta beat Seattle then.
Yeah, I think they are both open. I mean, I hate to sound negative, man, but I think those are based off of what I've seen so far. Yeah. And I think, and I said this like after we lost in week 1, I said that was a terrible win, but we are still way better than that week 1 performance.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we went into week 2 and we kind of looked like the same team, but then somehow in the second half we just turned into a really good team.
They got and now you got the Redskins that are 2-0 and nobody picked them to be 2-0. Yeah. So we're like dead last in our own division right now. That's crazy.
So I feel this 49ers game, I feel that's going to be really hard to win.
Yeah.
And I feel the same way for the Seahawks.
It's not impossible though. It can happen.
It's not impossible because it's the Giants, and the Giants will always, like I said, the Giants can come out and skunk the 49ers. It would be like, oh,
nobody would even pick them to win.
Right, yeah. And it'd be like, what the fuck? Like, that's just what the Giants do, man. They always – and then they'll play somebody that's dead last in the NFL and lose and get skunked.
Yep.
So you just never know.
Hopefully we can stay in that game. I don't. If we get beat to like how we did with Dallas, I'm like, yo, I can see how the schedule is gonna go. We're gonna lose to these teams, and we're gonna win against the lesser teams. But
even if you look
able to beat who we need to beat.
Even if you look last year, and I'd like to bring this up because people forget our season last year. They just see the winning. Like, we won the first half of the season last year, but that second half of the season last year, we could barely win a game.
We're losing games,
And the only reason why we made the playoffs is because, like,
we beat the Redskins.
Yeah, is because first that we had a really good record the first half of the season.
Right.
And then the second half of the season, we were blessed to be able to play the Redskins twice, which we ended up tying one of those games.
Right.
And then we played the Colts.
Right.
Who was the worst team in the NFL.
We really needed that Redskins game. That second one, we really needed that one.
So we needed to play Washington, who was a terrible team last year, and we only won one of those. And then we played the Colts, who was the worst team.
Yeah.
And that's literally the only way we was able to get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then we had a favorable matchup playing the worst defense in the NFL in the playoffs. So it's like
I don't think Minnesota going anywhere this year anyway. So
so people gotta really like look. It's bigger. It's not like black and white. Like they gotta look like deep into like why certain things happen.
Right.
And I don't feel like a lot of fans look at that. They just see the wins like, oh. And I was also telling fans like, yo, how are we not going to be better than last year? Look at our team. We got so much better. And I'm like, yo, just because you have a better roster doesn't mean you're going to have a better season. It doesn't work like that. Like it really doesn't.
I saw some growth last year with Daniel and with Saquon should have been MVP because he saved us.
Yes.
That was our only offense, really. It was Saquon. Without him healthy, we would have not even go to the playoffs. But that's why I feel like during the offseason, he should have got paid just as much as Daniel Jones, if not more, because he is our main offense. Without Saquon, it's like, who do you go to? Who's our backup running back? We got Matt Breida looking at people's Instagram stories and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want Matt Breida to have like a 2-touchdown game on Thursday. You know?
Yeah. Listen, y'all, I'm actually about to get ready to see my moms and shit like that. Right. So I'm going to have to end this off in a couple minutes. Everything. My fault, I was reading something, but
that's cool.
Yeah, appreciate
now,
this.
Now I got an idea now, Kavase, of me and you gotta talk, like go live and do sports stuff now.
So, yeah, definitely.
I'm definitely. I know Neboy kept asking me forever, like, when you gonna talk about the Giants? So now I got my partner to do that with.
Word, man. I could go on for days with the Giants, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, man. I'm surprised y'all didn't do that shit sooner and shit. You know
I know, man. I'm gonna do it now though. So I'm just gonna schedule like maybe like after every game we can talk about the recap of the games and shit.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. I got a channel for it too, man, called Made by Giants.
Okay, cool. Definitely.
I got a Brandon Jacobs video on it that's at 36,000 views.
Oh shit. Yeah. Brandon Jacobs. That was the man right there, man. Definitely.
So yeah, what's his name? Neboy?
Yeah.
Yo, check out Made by Giants.
Made by Giants. Okay.
Type in Brandon Jacobs Made by Giants on YouTube, and that channel should pop up.
That's your channel?
Yeah.
All right. I didn't even know you had a Giants channel.
Yes, sir. I only had 2 videos up there, but
Dope. Yeah, we gotta do that for sure.
Definitely. All right, y'all. So I'm actually about to end up this video right here. But we are gonna come back in about 4 hours, talking about another West Coast classic. WC in the Mad Circle, Ain't a Damn Thing Change. Our boy John Dixon requested that one. He brought me the album, so he's gonna be part of this shit too. So I definitely can't wait for that. You know what I'm saying? Also Wednesday is gonna be our collection video at midnight and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I just got a few more albums today. Yeah, shout out to Ashley, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely can't wait. Definitely can't wait for Wednesday at midnight and shit. I can't wait to see what y'all got. Try kind of inspired me to pick up some albums.
Oh Lord, shit. I have to inspire you to do that.
I got some goodies too, man. I can't wait.
Man.
Try to inspire me picking up some albums and shit. You'll be surprised when I be picked up and shit. But yeah. But other than that, this album I believe is out of print.
Yeah.
But if you can find this album, it's not too expensive. You'll be able to find it and everything like that too. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate it, Kavase, for coming on. Appreciate this try. Anything y'all want to say before y'all head out?
Made by Giants. We're gonna be talking about like Giants, the Giants games, like doing a recap. That's dope. I just subscribed. That's the one with like the 36K.
Yeah, 36.
Okay, cool. Neboy said you just subbed, so.
Yo, shout out to Neboy. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for subbing, man.
Alrighty. With that being said, I will see you guys later. Y'all be safe.
Peace. Salute.
All right.
Peace.